All right, today I'm going to talk about running side hustles from home and having customers come to your house. This is a big question I get from a lot of people, so I'm going to answer that today. Hi, I'm Emily. I own a handful of side hustles, and on TikTok, I show you guys just the behind the scenes of those side hustles, how you can make an extra $300 to $1,000 a week from home for your family like I do. So follow along if you're interested. Okay, so this is one of the big questions I get asked a lot because a lot of women that follow and are interested in doing something like this is kind of one of their big holdups, is they don't want to have people come to their house. And I totally get that. In the beginning, it bothered me as well. But as I've stated in previous videos about this, I'm one of those people that I don't like to let things that I'm afraid could potentially happen stop me from doing things that could be really good, especially if I feel like I can find a safe workaround. So that's what I've done here. So my party rental business, I run out of my house. I have weekly rentals. I make anywhere from about $300 to $1,000 a week from home, renting out items to other people having parties and events. Our setup is different than most party rental companies because it's DIY. So I'm not delivering most stuff. Our prices are much more affordable than most places because people are just renting the equipment from us. They come pick it up and then they set it up themselves and then bring it back and drop it off. So that's how we're able to charge them so much less than everyone else, is that I'm not spending all this time doing delivery and doing setup of parties. And we have a lot of customers that really appreciate that, and they love that aspect that it's DIY and that they can get stuff at an affordable price and come pick it up from us. That being said, so many moms are like, I don't think I would feel comfortable with people coming to my house. Can you walk me through that? And I was nervous about it in the beginning. I talked with my husband about it, but the other option was to get a storage unit, which I do have. I do store stuff in a storage unit, but it would be to meet people at the storage unit and they could get items there. But honestly, I don't know if you've spent much time at storage units, but to me, it was scarier and more shady than doing it out of my house, because a lot of times when you're at the storage unit, there might not be anybody else around. And so it just felt not as safe, even though I know they have cameras there, but in an emergency, there's nobody there to help me. Whereas at my house, we went through and put a bunch of security measures in place early on. I don't discuss those a ton because it kind of defeats the purpose. Just know that we put a lot of security measures in place on our property around our house that made us feel safe. Then there's some other rules that I adhere to make me feel even more safe, that I don't bend on for customers because it is my safety and my family's safety. One of those is that we do about 95% of my pickups are porch pickup only, which means they already sign their contract in advance, they pay their deposit, and they pay their rental fee before they pick the items up. So there's actually no need for me to meet people in person. I'm not collecting a contract. I'm not collecting payment. That's already done. I will have all of their items packaged up nicely in tubs, ready to go. And I schedule their pickup time, and then it's a porch pickup. So it's outside on my porch. It's all packaged up nicely for transport. All directions and instructions are included within these tubs, so they don't need me to walk them through anything. And that is ready to go for them with their name on it. I try to not schedule any two pickups at the same time, so there's not a bunch of stuff out there that people have to look through and see whose is whose. I schedule them one at a time. Their stuff is out there with their name on it, ready to go. So about 90% to 95% of the time, I don't have to meet anybody. So that's one. The second thing is I do not schedule pickups or drop-offs when my husband is not home. That's another thing that makes me feel safe. At a storage facility, I may be alone. If I'm at home and I do have to meet someone outside on my front porch, or somebody gets a little squirrely and they're ringing the bell or whatever, my husband is also there with me. So those are a couple of non-negotiables for me that I set up with our other security measures that make me feel safe running it from my house. We've done it a year. I have not had an incident, knock on wood, but yeah, people do know where you live. That being said, 98% of the people that rent from us are like family people having family parties. A lot of times they bring their kids to pick stuff up. So after doing this for a while, it's not overly concerning to me, although I do remain pretty vigilant on my boundaries and our security protocols. That all being said, we are slowly transitioning away from this. That was a necessary part of getting this business off the ground without spending much money, and kind of testing the concept and the marketplace was to do it as cheap as possible. And that was part of it, is that I needed to be able to run it from my house so that I wasn't spending a lot of money testing it out. As we're growing and the business is evolving, we are moving away from that. Our website's almost ready to be launched. And so we will eventually not be doing any pickups at my house within the next couple of months. That that is like the next phase of this, which has always been the plan. As you grow, you want your systems to grow and improve. And so we will not be doing it out of our house, but we have done it for almost a year now, and it has worked for us and has been something that has allowed us to get the business off the ground and make money while learning. So that's why we've done it. I have a lot of moms that ask me this question, and I totally get it. So ask me any other questions you've got, and I will answer them as long as they are not around what my specific security is, because I'm not going to get in detail on that. All right.